Hola, bom dia mundo. We are in the town of Águeda today. I always thought it was called Águeda, but apparently not. This town is famous for its umbrella street, which is what we're going to go and find now. What do you think of those?
What do you see?
Balls. Whoa. So it's not quite the umbrellas we were looking for just yet, but they've got a street full of balls. Story's going to like this. Whoa. Unfortunately, you can't grab them, Story.
Yeah.
They're a bit high up. Daddy can't even reach those. This is one thing you don't really predict when you bring your child to a colourful, umbrella-y, bally street.
Oh, look at the floor.
That is not the reaction I was expecting from these beautiful, colourful balls. Look, Story. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's just to look at, you can't take them, I'm afraid. Okay? Oh my word, alright. Okay, let's keep walking then. So we had to exit the ball street swiftly. We're going to try and find if we can sit somewhere and have a little snack. I think Story might be a bit hungry. One thing's for sure though, we've only been here a few minutes and it is a beautiful town. Sash, in a town of umbrellas, you'd think there'd be a bit more shade. And we'll find somewhere, Story. A bit of yoghurt. It's got kiwi on it. Numb. You feeling better now? This is round 2 of Ball Street. Story's had enough food now, so let's see if she feels a little bit better about it. See, it's okay. Good girl. Ah. I think she's feeling a bit better now. Now she's walking herself. Well, this has been really pretty, but I want to go and see the umbrellas now. I think this is one of those underrated towns that only really gets visited once a year when they put all the colourful things up. But I know by looking at maps there's a lot more to do and see here. There's a lot of art, a big art scene. But I don't think Story's going to give us enough time to go and see that today. We'll have to come back another day, Sash. Doing this lovely town though, isn't it?
Yeah, so far.
We've only seen a little bit.
Yeah.
We found this cool graffiti staircase. Story loves walking up steps, so off she goes. I don't know where it leads. Might as well follow them, see where we end up. We're at the top of the steps now. Looks like we're at some kind of church with a view. We've got this huge graffiti mural here. And look at that mural over there. It always amazes me when I see art that big. I always wonder how they draw to scale when they're so close to it. And just down there you can see the Guarda-Chuva street. That's where we're heading. More murals on these steps too. You have to look back to see them, Sash.
Yeah. What is it? An apple?
This town is really impressing me so far. Even the little back streets that lead in between the roads. I've got bits of interest everywhere. You've got the old traditional Portuguese tiles on the walls. You've got artwork on the steps. There's loads of interest. You like it, Story? You're acting a bit funny today, you are.
She's not quite with it.
No, you had a nice nap as well. Right, let's go and see these umbrellas. Story, it's beautiful down here. You ready? Whoa. Look at that. It's fantastic. Story gave up halfway. You're not interested in the umbrellas?
Story's found a brum brum and is very excited about it. Yeah? What do you see? Wow! The brum brum.
I'm standing at a junction now between 3 umbrella streets. We've got the see-through ones here, colourful ones down there, and then over here, another umbrella street. Looks like Story's perked up a bit again. It's really amazing how art can bring life into a town. that might not have had much else going on for it. We've heard a lot of tourists walking around today, and it's a lot less likely that they would be here if there wasn't something to look at like this. I don't think people give enough credit to the arts where it's due, but somebody's definitely spent some time creating this idea, and it's definitely worked. What do you think, Sash? I was just saying how art has brought life to this town,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, very much so.
And it's brought some happiness to your face, and some sadness too. You know, you've been a bit of a nightmare today, haven't you? Okay. We've been looking for somewhere to eat here for the minute we got here, and we didn't really find anything in the end, so we just walked into this cafe and said we're vegan, and basically he pulled together this spread for us. This is good, isn't it? So are you looking forward to that? It looks very colourful, doesn't it? Yeah, some Portuguese beans there. And tremosos. I'm quite impressed with that, done a good job. Story's enjoying standing up on her chair. She refused to sit down. Now she's dipping a pea? Is that pea? In some olive oil. You're very Portuguese, aren't you?
Oh,
Yum.
she was. Look at the state of her hand. She's got bread that's been dipped about 10 times. She's just licking the olive oil off. Okay, we are finished with lunch now. Daddy is holding Story, who's still being a little bit grumpy, I have to say.
Yeah. Got my hat.
The total for our lunch, including a water and 2 coffees, was €9.20. So it's quite good value. Story's just helping Daddy put on his hat.
I'll take it off as well.
Oh yeah, that's well cool. Yeah, leave it like that.
That's never staying on again.
No. Oh, and glasses.
Oh.
Just having a little dance in the street.
Story's favourite song.
Yeah. We are going to walk down this street now. Haven't been down here yet. And you're wearing Daddy's hat. That suits you. Looks quite good on you, Story, have to say.
Look at the way you put it on.
This street is much quieter than the other one that we were just on, and it leads down onto a second street with umbrellas as well, so this is where you could get you better photos of the umbrellas because it's more quiet. Jay's just trying to get a selfie. We found some more Costa street art.
It is a stonking 30 degrees out there. I've got the AC on full blast. Story is more than ready to go home, I think. Let's go see Eden.
This is our journey home back to Motagua. It is really scenic and a pretty drive, and with the windows down in the car, it really smells like eucalyptus. The air is really lovely. It's been a beautiful summer's day today, and we're just enjoying this drive home through the forest. Story is fast asleep. We've got about 20 more minutes driving, and then we'll be home for Story's dinner.
I've just blended some frozen bananas up and made banana ice cream. This is what it looks like when you blend frozen bananas. I also put the balls in the freezer for a few minutes so that doesn't melt straight away. Just grate a tiny bit of chocolate onto it. I also just sprinkled a tiny bit of coconut onto the top. And let's see if Story enjoys this for dessert. There you go, the glass one's yours.
Ooh, yum. Story, look.
Do you want some banana ice cream, freshly made?
Whoa, covered
Whoa.
in sand. It's just like being at the beach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Now I like to use 70% or 80% dark chocolate so you can really taste those little bits. How was that, Story? It tastes good? That's Mummy's one. You want Mummy's one? It's the same. Ah, you and your fuss. You little fusser. Well, it's been a fantastic summer's day here in Portugal. I really enjoyed going to Águeda. I think it's Águeda. We're still not 100. Águeda.
Águeda.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we've always said Águeda, but apparently you don't pronounce the U, according to Sophia, our Portuguese teacher. We've seen pictures of that place before, but it's one of those places that doesn't actually look real until you actually go there.
Yeah.
It's really cool, definitely worth visiting. And I think, despite your little meltdowns, you enjoyed it too.
Is that mouth ready for bananas?
Num. Yeah.
Just stunning views everywhere. Look at that. Just do a little thumbs up.
First ever time splashing around in the puddles. Look at that little dress flying in the wind. So many cool things in here. We've just gone on.